So no cussing, Ron.
Yeah. Well, Ryan and I have talked about it, but, Aaron can't go because that's the weekend that she's working over the spring deal or. And so we haven't heard from anybody else, so we'll find out today. And typically what we do is we just carpool. And I know you don't like you usually like to drive.
Yeah.
And, okay, so we could, we usually try to carpool.
Morning. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Good.
No uniform today.
No. And typically don't work Fridays, but
It's in the comments today.
It's not that.
Yes.
Front shot, the border in the church.
Undercover brother.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
The college that we go through.
Stephen.
Oh, yeah.
Record time. Was that?
That's my
Record time.
Record
time.
time.
I was gonna say, although
Now it's like corroded.
He didn't like it. Which is not. You told him what right is up?
No, just got him to text when I'm going by. He likes it to be centered. He all in Halloween street, just makes me laugh about.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's almost perfect. Almost.
next time bring it back.
In a battle.
Don Miller and I put, yeah, lunch.
Yeah.
For the chamber. Bought a house. Nope. He and his wife were all
Ray needs a new paint on.
Sunday.
What's that?
Ray needs a new paint on this thing.
You know, we probably
Sandblasted it to the little refund. We don't sound like a jerk. It looks like a third grade.
Well, I was just about to say, you probably get one of these high school kids to paint it.
You take it in probably and have them, yeah. Blast it down. Great.
No.
This did the, somebody, I remember one of the presidents had this deal. I personally don't think all of it myself. That's just.
Yeah.
What I think.
And he
But-
didn't have his office up.
You know what I mean? It's just that, I'm not sure. It's a weird color.
I think it's brand new.
Because it doesn't make this stick out that much.
Yeah.
And it almost blends.
You know what?
Yeah.
But
What color would you use?
originally it was just a natural wood. This
Oh,
one,
it
it was like a hickory. I don't think it was hickory wood, but it was that stained color. So it's kind of a dark, or maybe like a walnut would probably be better.
Oh, nice. There's a name to do that.
You might not have thought the same thing. But hey, you know,
What are you gonna do?
somebody had the idea to do it.
Yeah.
So.
So
But it's,
beat him to it next time.
that, well.
Make it match the gap.
Or voted. That's what it kind of did. Hey, Rand.
Good morning, guys.
So do you, I'm offering to do directly. You want to give it to him?
No.
Are you sure?
You're the president.
Well, I know, but I just want to make sure it's,
Yeah.
Those with the job, Brian.
no, these are not the parts that I signed up for. There's some.
Morning, friends. Hey there. All right. Wait, now. Let me know when that happens.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
You'll know once the smart turns on.
Okay.
Once the smart aleck comes out, then I'll wait.
So get a lot. Video.
All right, Vic. Pretty good. Good week.
So.
Good week.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I spent 10 minutes this morning looking for my badge,
In
just because I didn't want to get fined.
Oh,
And I found it just as I got out of my car.
So.
Can't I noticed it was like a little straight, like, oh. That's good.
Sometime between last Friday and today, the mouse that I have for this is
Video.
here at the line.
Did we ever find our kids?
We sold that.
No. And you got that dog.
So I was in Palm Springs last week, but let's do a little business here real quick.
Yeah.
And I came into this meeting, oh, yeah, this is terrible. My grandpa told me if you're ever gonna do anything, do it right. if we're gonna do this, we should do it right. When you're talking, the camera's pointing at Vic, and I can't hear you. The only person you can hear is the person who's standing directly there at the computer. And the camera has its own.
See, my son
just goes.
My dad was.
It just takes off.
So I think.
And it's-
It's
absolutely ridiculous.
We need to buy the, so.
We need a microphone, to bring microphones, so that people who attend online can actually hear what's going on in the room. It's not, Ron.
It's kind of fun.
I sat there last week, and the only person I can hear is Brian, that was when he was right in front of his computer. And as soon as he stepped away from the computer, you couldn't hear anything going on. That's.
Well, that's probably because it doesn't.
Well, no, I wanted to hear what you had to say, I just didn't share what you had to say. Well, the point is, for those who are attending our meetings online, we look at these, it's just.
Oh, we gotta improve that then.
We do.
Because we have, you know, not to. Run mics, we have that. Users. That have, had, you know, rooms.
Right. Well, I attended online about 4 times now since I've been there, we're something I'm experiencing. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, we should do something about it. We should take a step and do something about it.
Well, Lance using the owl.
This is the owl. Morning. Good. I'm here.
Been seeing all your comments about stuff.
Sky Fest? Oh, I just didn't appreciate the way resilience. 15,000 people a year. Right.
I didn't.
Morning.
Let's go.
So far, so good. We'll see. Never know what we're gonna get. Like a, you know, it's like a bubble gum or the twin. You really want the red one, but you just don't know what you get. And you turn it
Okay.
Never know what you're
I
gonna
don't know if you can, oh, life is like a bubble gum machine. Well, I was just trying to play into the whole. Lance, how'd you get so tan? Where'd you go? I got some couple of times. It's, do you want him? It doesn't take long. Yeah.
That's how I started.
See. My goal today was to get as close to being some person as possibly can. You can start on Tuesday.
Oh.
Okay.
You want to take a
What's your mind?
Oh. What do you say?
No, they're me. Yeah, it's what, my comment, my brain.
This is why it doesn't work so well.
Go on.
Yeah. There's benefits. What's it down?
Yeah.
It's really, you know, I joke.
I remember.
It's so conservative. I tell you this. We'll give those. Yeah. So, we had trouble. There is no.
Everybody wants to go. Right? You know, like, it's like and so I put the camera over there, just for the filming plan. Center frame in my face. While there was filming. What do you look
Well, I think you're both. Yeah.
I
would,
Well, here's the big thing. When we get great. Yeah, that's a. This is like.
Gives your own.
There is a jubilee.
Now there's.
Oh. Okay.
I can't keep up.
The biggest run I have outside of. I'm 3 years into it.
Get a lot.
So you want to be right?
And so everywhere. You're right, you're about.
I either have yeah, or I.
Some drives. We do it. Plug it in. And I'm not a tech person, so it would be good if I get it set up now. How are you this morning? Yes. Yes. So since you're a new person, I want to ask this question of you. So what we do is we'll start our meetings. We'll start our meetings. We'll go through some of the stuff. And at 8 o'clock, that's whenever we have you come up, right? 30 minutes or so. If you need more, that's fine. You can go. So question I've been asking everybody is, would you think that you would rather, as a speaker, do it at the beginning or at 8 o'clock? Meeting at 7:30, kind of right off the bat, or would you rather?
I will,
But I'm getting a survey is what I'm trying to do. So in your opinion, what's better for the speaker? Would you say?
honestly, I think it's a little bit later in the meeting.
Okay, good. Because I thought that, but I
Yeah.
haven't, you know what I mean? I haven't been asking a lot of people yet.
Settled yet, they're not fully.
And it is early. Most people aren't
Yeah,
used to it.
yeah, yeah.
And it's also uncomfortable. You
Yeah,
can gauge the group
yeah,
through some of what we're doing.
yeah,
So, okay.
yeah.
What is it? What's the
It's
title?
the South Next Place presentation.
Get it pulled up.
It-
Cool. So have you know how to use Zoom and all that? Do you want me, so whenever I call you up, I'll go ahead and hit the share for you?
Yeah.
And then, we have a clicker?
Yeah.
Not sure if it always works though, to be honest with you. Somebody said the other day,
They've done it.
okay, good.
Just, we'll figure out with this.
Good. Pretty simple. You can sit anywhere you want. Yes, sir.
So are you giving, the word to Gary?
Am I giving the word?
Owners today, that Brad was talking about?
Oh, it's a Brett.
Huh?
It's a Brett.
The Brad.
Yeah, that's who he wants to give to Brett.
Oh, but he was gonna give one to. Yeah, I know, I might be confused. Because, he brought this. I didn't tell him about that one, we're gonna wait. This one, I did plan to do it, but he said no. Just because I thought it was his idea, you know what I mean? But, we're a super nice of it, but. I asked, so, no, that's good. You did, it's part of being the president, Brian and Wax, so. Yeah, but I was already here. Oh, no, I saw it. So some things that I don't be hard. Because I know. I'm gonna get cleared up. Yeah. Super excited. I know they're gonna think it's gonna be like yeah, that would be down You're still stuck.
If you were. Great, Bill Bear. Hi.
All right, I just want to say a very good Friday to everybody. Let's start with our pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, and the four-way test. First, second, four, and five. Let me know when I get the button.
All right. All right, so the number one song, April 3rd, 2009. You know, I don't know at what point the music started really getting bad, but we're in that time, okay? So, well, I mean, we def from probably the last couple of years, that anyway, anybody want to guess? 2009. It's by Flo Rida.
Oh.
Right, Brown. Yeah, that's probably more from the 80s or so, maybe. But yeah, you want to come up and sing that for us? If you start, everybody joins in. Yeah, let's not do you're being recorded, so let's not do that. So movie, April 3rd, 2009. Anybody want to guess? 2009, April 2009. You are correct. Yeah, if you stick with just the same one, eventually you might get it, right? So, and we have a couple visitors. All right, visitors. Rise and say your name.
Alex Miller.
Alex?
This is his second time.
Yeah, he's been here a couple times. Word. Lacey. Jim's granddaughter. Welcome, Lacey.
Well.
Well, Johnson.
Hey, great to have you. We have applications in the back that you can fill out. Just put your name and we'll input what we want out of you into the. It makes it a lot easier for us. So, and then we have our speaker, Melanie Ryan. She's with Next Place. So she'll be speaking to us in just a while. Again, we have Yeah, so this is so bad. Last week, when I said we had no birthdays, we kind of had one. But it was under the spouse's birthday and it was my spouse. So luckily, I missed out on paper. I never miss my wife's birthday. I truly am the guy that my wife has a month of birthday. So this whole month is her birthday. Her birthday is April 1st. So it's kind of fun. So she's our favorite April Fool. There's no wedding anniversaries, Rotary anniversaries. There's just one. And you guys are all super stoked about this one. It's mine. 5 years as a 4 babies. Yeah, little did we know when I started, I'd end up here. I started sitting on Zoom during COVID, where I literally thought the Hattie Bucks and the fines were just a joke. So I'm like, hey, sure, I'll find myself. And I'm like, this is real. I got to give up some money. So, all right. So, Brett, come on up here, man. Brett, our mayor.
Oh, right.
So the club's got you a Paul Ferris bill.
Okay.
Okay, and it's just your dedication to our club and our city. Also, we honor you.
Thank you so
And
Hold it. Nice, like, hold it, nice, like,
Yeah. As long as there's no kissing involved, we're good. All right, reports. Lauren.
Paul's on my list.
Paul, we don't know Paul anything. That's not true. That was fake news. He did not really win and he cheated, so we are keeping that money. He's printing his own ticket. This is what he's doing, you guys.
The 248.
Mm.
He told me he was doing 100 in Happy Bucks
That was last week,
last week.
Happy Bucks, yep.
Yeah, and the rest is tickets.
This week.
This week,
Yeah.
you're not like spreading them out.
No, that's not how I do it.
So if you win, you get like $10. I mean, or no, I guess it'd be like 100.
74 sets. That's
Out of curiosity,
5 more, so we have a chance.
out of curiosity, what does a roll of tickets actually cost us? How much does a roll of tickets cost us? So Paul is almost eating into our price. When you think about it this way, I'm thinking maybe Paul should be the one buying our ticket. Yeah, right.
Just for the record, my unique talent must be giving $250 to the club and then getting my chops busted for 5 minutes.
You know, it's just powered up. You get some. So,
It's good because we don't have to listen about your children anymore.
hey, you don't have to listen to it. Somebody already won again. Jim happens to be here. Beat me the first time, and then I get
Fine.
again.
I'm sorry.
It's all fixed. Leaving it there. President-elect Lance, what you got?
So last week, I should have read the bylaws before I talked about election of officers. So now I've read the bylaws, and what we're gonna do is officially open for nominations this meeting. Nominations are open for a month. And the way that elections work in Rotary, for officers and board members is we will, a month from today or somewhere thereabouts, we will bring some written ballots. And you will have a slate of people who are interested in positions for Rotary. And you will vote by written ballot. Once I clear you with the federal government and turn all your names in, and depending on that, if you vote or not, but.
Paper ballots though.
We will do paper ballots. So just let me read off the officers, just so you know, the officers and board of directors positions that will be open. President, you're stuck with me, I think, you elected me as president nominee 2 years ago. We'll have president-elect, past president will be covered as well, Brian.
Still stuck.
But then treasurer, secretary, and then directors have been historically the chairs of committees. So we'll have club services, community services, the foundation, international services, public image, and membership. So those are the positions that will be open for election about a month from today. Thank you. Let Brian know or me know if you're interested in any of those positions.
Yeah, I mean,
You know that's breaking the mold.
Yes, finally someone starts calling. Except for we were supposed to have this done in December.
it's 50%. You know, we're getting there, you know? 4 more presidents and we'll all have it dialed in, you know? So, all right, so Gary, Secretary of Court.
Next board meeting is gonna be on Wednesday, April 8th. So we're changing location. We are going to go to Village Concepts up on Silver Hill, and they're gonna entertain us.
Yeah, she reached out to all the clubs and when I responded to her, she is offering us a space for us to meet at permanently. There's no charge. And they actually will provide coffee, cookies and stuff like that. And so I went over and met with her and she's super friendly, super excited to be in the community. And one of the things that the owners have told her is you need to get the community involved here too. I mean, to the point she wants to have a car show for the residents. I mean, all these neat things that she wants to do. But the space that she has, we would never have to miss, like we do sometimes here, and it's free. It doesn't cost us anything. So that could be good too. So we'll go to it as a board and then anybody that wants to come to the board meeting. You can see the space too. I mean, we always want you to come to the board meetings. It's the best way to get involved. But come to it. We'll give you a report on what everybody thinks, if it's even worth moving forward on maybe having a meeting there to see if everybody likes it. So, over by Soper Hill, the parking's actually, it's a massive area. So we would be parking kind of on an outer of the parking lot where everything else is numbered, but they're not full of residents just yet. They only have like 100 residents.
What's it called again?
What was
Village
it? Village,
Concept.
yeah.
Right next right across from the Starbucks and
Yeah.
all the way up.
And the membership.
What's that?
Membership.
Oh, you can't see, you said that earlier. We can't now. Wait.
Are you gonna say that all those people are gonna be mine?
It checks with our average age. I mean, let's just be honest here, you know? So, but hey, yeah, I mean, they're kind of captive, so we do get them, you know? They're early risers, so we're good.
Okay, next topic. Is next Saturday is District 50 Club Assembly. Up in Surrey. We pay whether we go or not. So we have to pay for 5 people. Christine and I are interested. Brian and I has talked about it. If there's a couple others that would like to know, please let us know, because you gotta go register and then we'll just carpool up. It starts at I think 9 o'clock and goes to 3 o'clock. And that's in case the Texan can get across the border. And then they'll let it back in.
Back in is relatively easy, getting across. I think what's funny though is, no, it's not. Going across,
Going across.
super friendly. They're just like, hey, how's it going? Welcome, you know? Coming across, that dude sitting there with that, whatever that military rifle is and a pistol, he has no sense of humor, none whatsoever. So do not try to make small talk. He doesn't want to hear it. He just wants to know where you're going, why you're in the country. I mean, it was crazy.
Because your picture is saying that it's a booth.
It was on his wrist. It wasn't in the booth. Which is smarter. They have it covered with Velcro. But Raquel. Oh no. Sorry. Foundation, Bob.
Yeah, so we did attend the seminar, so we're all official, we could get grants now. We'll have a presentations, 3 part, it was about the Rotary Foundation, it was about district grants, and it was about corporate grants. So I'm happy to say, here's that they validate all the stuff that we don't love in our presentation. So So that's good.
It was the truth.
Was. Okay, Chris, do you have any? Chris. There you go.
The new section.
Yeah. Well, you normally, don't I catch you over here? You're messing me up, man. Yeah. Okay.
I don't really have anything I haven't already reported. We have some letters that I gotta get, translated from Spanish to English. I'll bring those probably next.
Run it through ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah, it's you.
So quick. All right, membership. Raquel.
I want to say thank you for everybody that's here, and we're looking forward to having you join our club. And I'm so excited to see this many people here today. Honestly, like this
Good
warms
job.
my heart, and the fact that I got to be here in parking spot in the parking lot this morning. Amazing. Thank you all for being here. If you want to talk about joining our club, if you are not yet involved, we would love to have you, and I'd be happy to talk to you. Thank you.
Right. Gym time.
The real reason why to be here.
Yeah.
Every Friday morning, this is my notes. I'll apologize this week with materials pretty lacking, so I had to work pretty hard. So I got a couple. Did you know Kathy Kirk had 3 years? His love year is right here and the final project. I gotta take a second. Yeah, a weasel walks up to a bar. The bartender says, "Wow, I've never served a weasel before. What can I get you?" Pop goes a weasel.
All right, Paul, you wanna do our drawing and then happy bucks, and that way, oh,
You skipped me.
oh yeah, you are that chair now.
Add it to your list.
It is on my list, I just didn't have her name next to it, but I was hoping it's just a free spot, so
Okay.
we'll put your name next to it.
Brings your first, or your first merit badge, the front, the plants are bad. Christine got the first one. First, if you, some of you know what they're in the BC, but if you're not going to carry the BC, I have a sign up right back here on the table for the 11th, same day for next Saturday, to plant some trees, they're on the Stream Foundation. I've already signed up for that, but I need to, it's kind of like everything, accountable for 5 people, something like that, so. Second way is I've got some, bean and PCs right here with me today, if you wanna go home and do a little, be quiet and a little thought, do that. Or, like, see this, show me a picture throughout the month about something that you would like to.
And it can't be marijuana.
Just,
No, you don't condone
I control the fashion.
any use. We don't condone. Gotta be careful. So, Aaron, you probably don't have access to put that on our calendar and send out an invite.
No, I was supposed to talk to James about that, and I forgot.
It's okay, I'll go ahead and, I'll put this one on and then we'll get with James and get it up to speed. I'll put it in there and shoot it out so everybody can sign up. If you already know you can sign up in the back then, right away. Anything else? Aaron? Nothing else? That's it. Okay, so moving on. All right, Paul.
I might do a wrist break. There's so many people, I need to take my coffee with me on Happy Bucks.
I've got $3 in there. It's Friday, it's Good Friday. Get the family coming over this weekend for Easter and, feeling pretty good, so leave it at that.
$5, giving is good and it's Good Friday. Nice.
Brady Conrad came into the earth last Friday. Four, another boy is
So
a fan.
Right? Or-
He wasn't seen as baby. What do you want to say? Something for
I'm happy, let's see. Last thing got to celebrate was Snohomish County, the YMCA raised, had a goal of raising $1.2 million in a few weeks. And they surpassed it and raised $1.6 million. They provide the creative services, and I'm so happy and honored and humbled to be part of such an amazing group, and with a lot of your guys' support. I appreciate that so much. The other thing I'm really happy for is Mr. Connor Davis and his wife Heather Davis, who teach at North Lake Middle School. They put on a running club for sixth graders because they can't participate in sports yet. And they put a stretch goal out for these 11-year-olds to run 10 miles from North Lake Middle School to Snohomish, and they all did it. They also invite back previous students, and so my 14-year-old son ran with his buddies for half of it, and then my daughter for the second half, and they just lifted each other up. So I'm just so thankful that people in our community put out stretch goals, to support one another to get to the end. And I just think that's going to be a lifelong lesson for them. Where is he? And we see him still running around this crazy for a minute. I don't get it. Okay, that was a lot of.
Happy Good Friday. Sorry, I'll be gone all next week. So I'm just some food down there.
You guys are great. All right, yesterday, a couple of us took a mayor to lunch to thank him on behalf of the chamber. Since I've been more involved in the chamber and somewhat running it, Brett has been there, helping and been a good person to caveat with and talk about our mission. We had one thing that he and I had talked about, and that was he called me and said, "Hey, let's get together. I've got an idea for a project." Okay. He said, "Let's do a FIFA watch party." So he and I started going down that road, and we invited Pat Patterson, I think it is, from Everett, who's running his work for the city. And he came over and he said, "Yeah, that's a great idea. Here's the problem. It only costs you $20,000 per game to show a watch party." It's probably a good thing because we were going to use Rand's big screen, and he sold that, and we couldn't come up with $20,000, the two of us, to try and put on that. We just wanted to thank him for all that he's done for the city. And if you went to the city council meeting the other night, you know the reason why we're gonna miss it.
There's Friday, it's Good Friday. You know, there's so many wonderful things coming up, so I'd like to wish everybody a happy Easter.
I'm happy to be back. My children were sick, I was sick, so I'm really happy to be back. Missed you all. Thanks for growing so much. Like I feel like I've been gone for half a year, but happy Friday.
I would like to say I'm super happy that it's Friday, happy that it's Good Friday, and that we're all thinking kind and wonderful thoughts moving forward. However, I'm also very excited that this last week at City Council, we have voted that they were going to support AquaFest as they have been in the past. Next year might be a different story, but we will be prepared for that this year, or for next, I should say. So I'm very thankful for that and for the city's involvement. And again, I'm just happy to see all of you here. And
Well, let's go ahead next Friday.
I'm gonna hit Chris and come back to you guys.
Well, I'm sure most people are thinking I'm gonna say something about Optifest, but I'm not. I'm gonna say something about Brett. We've had our differences, but the one thing we've never done is shut the door. I'll open the door. And every time I put my hand out to ship it, so I appreciate that. That means a lot. I wish the best for you. Thank you for Leo service, your military service, and your public services.
Happy it's Friday and ditto, and thank you for everybody being here.
And I'm happy it's Friday and a moment sad for you, Paul, because this is a winning, right?
Happy books, lots to be happy about. Yeah, actually, yesterday when we were, this is like mile 7, mile 8, making your way into Snohomish, and my wife is there with me, and we're behind Grace and Jordan. You know, Amy and her husband were some of the first people that we met when we moved to Lake Stevens. I actually met Amy at it was like the afternoon rotary things we were doing in your office. Yeah, exactly. And you know, I meet the kids, and you know, everybody became fast friends. And we're running behind them. It's like, gosh, we've known them since they were like little nuggets, and we've seen them grow up, and now they're doing this really cool thing together as siblings, as friends. Really, really awesome. On that same note, this is the first year that that Heather's been able to do the run with me. You know, I've been doing this for years and years and years. Took it on from Dave Rockdev, who used to teach at North Lake Middle School. He did it for the previous 25 years. And there were 40 kids that made their way down, but we were able to do it as a whole family. So it's really cool. And last thing, yeah, it's Holy Weekend. Yeah, everybody be blessed and enjoy Holy Weekend. Oh, and the first person I made eye contact with was Jim as soon as I walked in. And that just means it's going to be great.
We're back. Nice to see everybody. You know, I guess we're planning back. Nice to meet you. Let me tell you. But on a kind of a sad note, John was skiing on Tuesday. He had a crash. And they found him and he was out. And they got him to the hospital. He had it bleeding in the brain and took him to the hospital. He's been in the hospital for a couple of days now. And he is home. He came home yesterday. But he's hurting mad. He's really beat up, but he's stable and things are moving on and messed up his shoulder pretty bad. So they have been able to take an X-ray or MRI of it because he's got a pacemaker. So he's struggling a little bit, but he is doing well now. It was pretty shaky there for a little bit. Getting him down off the mountain in the hospital and stuff. Stevens Pass. Yeah. Stevens Pass, yeah. So yeah, give me your prayers, I guess. See what happens. He'll be fine. No, he came up and we lived next door, so but yeah. No, there's nothing really. He just wants to chill out and get better. He came home. I met him at the door when he came in the door, and he just cruised over to a chair, fell down the chair, and grabbed his blanket, and just he's just recovered. He hurts everywhere. He says so. So I don't know what he doesn't even know what happened, but there's no trees around, so he didn't hit a tree. But his helmet was broken in the back and broken on the side. So I don't know what. Actually, I don't know. Yeah. He doesn't remember going. Yeah. He thinks he went out that did triple whatever. But it was kind of crazy. Yeah, that's it. No. Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. Yeah.
All right, the next one gets back.
Yeah, I got it. I'm on it. Okay. So I think I get my pin. Actually, Dr. Anderson and I get pins because we planted a giant elementary number 8 seed. And that was the groundbreaking for elementary tree. So thank you. And it takes a year with watering for that big seed planted. And then thank you to our school board
They were, of course, instrumental in the success of our school district. Just some longstanding members, Mary Taylor, David Eiseminger, Paul Lund, our newest members, Brian Kessler, and Ryan Dixon. So gosh dang, like all of you, they're volunteering in our community to make it better. So thank you to them. They did site visits. So we went out on the road and watched Dr. T. It was so much fun. It took the entire day in lots of different schools, and they were just with kids all day long, which is what they're beating. But to actually have them on the front lines was super cool. And the last thing I realized, I never talk about me. Like, does she have any life other than this? Actually, I do. So I'm going to church with my sister. In his class, she's a music teacher. This is a class school district, so we're meeting for church, and then we're doing ham dinner. My son's coming over who lives in Tacoma. So that's what there's something about me.
I'm gonna change that a little bit. You always go back. Maybe some more here. So $20 a half, but she's not gonna take your trade. Yeah.
I had a great time last week babysitting Steve, my 5-month-old, got to play with him, and my almost 3-year-old did play with him. So that was really, really fun. And I just, that was fun. And like a lot of other people talking about that this is Easter weekend, it is Good Friday, the day that Christ was tortured and died, and that 3 days later he rose. If I am a Christian, obviously, and if you ever have questions or you want to talk about your own faith journey, feel free to talk.
Chris.
So I'm glad it's Friday again, everybody watch her, that's awesome, and it's Good Friday,
But happiest Friday, and I don't know if you all looked, but Sunday is.
Yeah.
So yeah, happy, yes.
Friday, everyone. I'm pretty happy. Got what we're gonna call an office for the business this week that we moved into, and yeah, looking forward to when we get the artwork. Yeah.
Yeah, in the sun.
Office, biggest store kids.
I'm gonna just say I'm happy to be a part of this club and see the engagement in this club. Bob and I, doing that grant seminar, I got to go to his house for the first time. The conversations that I've had with many of you about how you want to be involved going forward. It's just love this club. Will, good to see you 3 times in the last week. So thanks for coming.
I got my mold off in Palm Springs last week. And it's nice to have Chris sitting over here, but I have to say, he's been talking smack about Amy the whole time. And I got, stir it up. It's the next week in Los Angeles, 20 golf shoots over 5 days. Wow. Yeah. So see you next Friday.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm happy to be here, happy it's Friday, and I have at least temporarily rediscovered this thing called free time, which is why you guys have seen me like twice recently. I'm not sure how long it's gonna last, because the new clinic going live in like 2 weeks, so I get to be over on site in Idaho again in 3 weeks to support that.
I'm happy it's Friday and looking forward to Easter. So.
Do I do this? Yeah. I'm super happy to be here. I've spoken at Monroe Brewery several times, but never here. And so I'm really happy to be here. And then I own my own business and we are launching a new product and service. We had a huge milestone yesterday, so I'm pretty excited about that as well. And it's not only Easter, but I have a niece and nephew who are a few days apart, so we're doing a big family celebration. Thank you. Thank you for including me.
Big family weekend, and I think this is the longest Happy Bucks of all time.
Mr. President?
Yeah, I'm happy for my wife. We got to go out to eat, and it's funny because my son didn't get her a ticket. So he's like, Dad, let me pay for dinner. And I'm like,
I will get it, son's, I know I insist. We were at Francisco's, there were like 8 of us. When he gets up and my other son, they go to Buzz in and play pool or to play poker. The bill came and he said, make sure you tip well. I guarantee you, he didn't realize how much that bill was gonna be because I tipped 20% and it was ridiculous. He comes back, he gets the tab, he goes, wow, that's a little more than I thought it was gonna be. He said, so I'm happy to have my son back also.
Yeah.
And Cassie was so stoked out here. So, good bucks.
Right on, right on. Well, so my happy bucks, I'm psyched, both because it's Easter Sunday. If you're anybody that invites anybody to church, the stats are they have to be invited 7 times on average before they will accept, which means half the people, an average means half of them. It takes more than 7 invites, so don't stop loving on your friends. And then a joke to add this week was in the far future, we travel to another planet. We get there and we're talking a little bit about our cultures and they mention Jesus. And the Earthlings are like, wait, you guys know Jesus? They say, yeah, we know Jesus. He's great. Comes every year, teaches us all kinds of great stuff and tells us, how we should live our lives. And it's just amazing. And we said, wow, what? Every year? So yeah, he comes, gives us all this great advice. And then we give him like our planet's best chocolate and he's gone for another year. And they said, well, we haven't seen him over 2,000 years. They said, well, what did you do to him last time he was there? Oh, screen people, I'm sorry. Any screen person, we could do Cassandra, Todd, or Danielle. Daniel. Sorry, but nobody's unmuted. There, Cassandra.
Good morning, guys. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'm happy it's Friday. Just so you guys know too, I don't think that your guys' camera is on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know.
Sorry,
Right.
I didn't want to interrupt everybody.
Hang on. I'm gonna text Port Brian real quick.
Yep, good call.
You just push that button and then.
There we go. Now I can see you guys.
All right, we got 10.
I'm waving.
There's Daniel.
Good morning, everybody. I've got some happy bucks I'll send through Venmo. My daughter, she's 11. She's our only child. She's heading out of town for spring break for 10 days with family in Utah. So my wife and I are excited to be able to get a lot of stuff done around the house. And just looking forward to the weekend.
I've never heard it put that way. Get a lot done around the house. Your kids are gone, but I'm gonna start using it.
All right.
Okay, I need somebody to pull a ticket.
Oh, Bob.
Hey, you gotta miss somebody? Oh, yes, thank you.
Yes, she's impartial. Right.
All right.
Not.
Read the last 3 when you get it out, and then Bob will claim the prize.
538.
Holy crap.
You give it to him if he has it.
That's the one.
That's just like Babe Ruth.
So, that is crazy. So, Good Friday. It was all info for you guys to know, and when Jim's telling the story about the accident on the mountain. So my son was snowboarding back when he was 17. He was coming down Stevens Pass, and a girl came across and they collided. Both of them ended up in concussions. They had to go to the ER. The husband or the father of the girl wanted us to pay the medical bill because my son ran right into it. I didn't think so, simply because he was coming down the mountain. She came across, so we filed it with our insurance company to let them decide.
just so you guys know, your homeowner's insurance, the liability extends to that kind of thing. So had he been deemed at fault, they would have paid all the medical bills and anything else. So just know your homeowner's insurance liability is worldwide. So just a little bit of info. All right, Melanie, let's get you up here and get you to do this. Let me share. And then this. All right. All right, let me get out of here. And then
Yeah.
We're not real.
So as I have been named, my name is Melanie Ryan and I am the founder of Buck's Place. And this is our 11th year. We had our 10-year anniversary last year. We actually had our celebration at the mill at Lake Stevens. So I don't know if anyone happened to be there. I also think it's funny that Will is here today because I wear different hats in the community. And I swear, everywhere I go with whatever hat I'm on, Will and I are in the same hat. When I saw Will in today, I thought I should have known Will was going to be here. Or he should have known I was going to be here. So I'm going to start right here with River and Poe with their dad right here. They were reunited, and you're going to learn a little bit about what that means in a minute. We're also going to see here if this little clicker works. It does not. So, well, let me see. Is it? Okay. So I'll do this and then I'll. So, who are we? What is our mission? What do we do? Who's heard of Buck's Place? Anybody have heard of Buck's Place? So we've been here 11 years and you all don't know, which is really interesting because we've been wanting to do more work in Lake Stevens. A couple years ago, we tried to work on a couple boards and we just couldn't make it happen. So maybe after today we can do that. So our mission is to remove pet-related barriers to human health, safety, and security. So what does that mean? Many people can't or won't seek human services that they need if they have no place for their pet, which means they're going to be required to give up their pet. So we serve, our average Buck's Place family is a household of 3 persons and 2 pets and an average annual income. And actually that number is even lower now. The number was about 8,000 for the year 2025. And we only serve families who make no more than 300% over the poverty level. And the reason for that is people who have more resources typically have the ability to find care for their pets. Either they, people who are making this little money usually are in rental situations where maybe pets aren't allowed, and same with their family and friends. And then obviously they don't have money to pay for their pet. And we're going to learn more about that. So the idea is people ask us, are you an animal welfare? Are you an animal org? Are you a human org? And the reality is that we are a human services org that uses an animal welfare model so that people can get disability. And we recognize that animals and pets are part of families. And then we honor that so that people will move forward and get the services they need. So we all determine this doesn't work. Okay. So our current services, which like every nonprofit organization after COVID, we did have to do some cutting back and scaling back. But our core service has always been our foster boarding program. And that's where we do temporary crisis care of pets for families who need to seek services. We also do mobile outreach. So our mobile outreach program, we currently go to 4 different locations a month. We go to Everett, Linwood, Monroe, and Sultan. We'd love to be coming to Lake Stevens. Like I said, we tried to find an organization in Lake Stevens that would want to partner with us. We bring our mobile outreach van, and that serves 2 purposes. One, that primarily focuses on giving pet food and supplies to families, but we do it with a human service organization. So we, one of the 2 locations, I think, were food banks, we're at the BOA in another location, and we do, I'm forgetting the name of the because I don't go.
to the location, but in Everett, it is basically a community meal that gets served every week. And we want to do that because one, we want to be doing wraparound services. Two, not only we're giving supplies, which in this economy is even more important, people are sacrificing their own food, their own needs so that they can feed their pets, but it's a chance for us to build relationships. Let me tell you a story. There was a gentleman who traveled the corridor between Sultan and Snohomish for years, homeless, drug addicted, had a dog. Every intervention you can think of, social workers, police officers, offered services a number of times, but no one had a solution for the dog. And he just said, I'm not going to leave my dog. So one thing that I do right, I take care of this dog, and he did. It's the only thing that loves me unconditionally. I'm not leaving my dog. Someone called us. We started building a relationship with him. It took us 4 to 6 months. And eventually he said, I trust you. And he allowed us to take care of his dog and he went to treatment. He has been sober, housed, and working for 8 years because of that. So mobile outreach isn't just about giving pet supplies, it's about building relationships to people we can't otherwise reach in order to be able for them to get to stability. And then finally, we also offer human services support. So many times we're called in, you've heard of housing navigators, we're pet navigators. So how do we access people to different services, following from that, so on and so forth. But again, we're doing that in connection as much as we can with human services providers. We go to different human services providers and provide pet food and supplies for them. Because again, many times that is a way for them to build a relationship with their clients as well. So our program outcomes. So we did 32 pets in 2025. That may sound like a small number to you, but that is about on average what we do. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One, this is a very high touch service, as you can imagine. There's an extreme amount of client management. We also have always operated under the fact that we will never go into debt. We do not operate, we do not have a building, so everything is done with foster families and so on and so forth. And so we run a very, very lean model to be able to deliver this service. Since COVID, demand has gone up 250%, donations are down 80%. So we will expand when we have the capacity to do so. We're never going to go, what's the saying, lean out above your skis. We're never going to do more than what we can financially handle. And the highest cost for us is staff. Our overhead and everything is incredibly low, but this is a very high touch staffing model, program management, client management. The taking care of the pets itself is fairly low cost because we do use fosters and volunteers. So what is the primary reason for services? So people come in oftentimes and do multi-services, right? And so 38% say their primary reason for reaching out is for housing insecurity. 25% need physical or mental health services. 17% are looking to do treatment for substance use disorder. 17% are seeking safety from domestic violence. And 3% are legal services or something else. And this program works. 93% of our pets in 2025 were reunited. So this works. This really, really works. And again, these are people who otherwise, another story, let me tell you, I don't think I have it elsewhere in here, but we had an older woman who lived in a trailer. And we had the community resource paramedic call us, kind of in a panic. This woman had to go to the hospital and she had to go to town. And she refused to go. She refused to get in that ambulance. She had a dog and she had a cat. And she said, I have no one. And if you take me, you're going to take these pets to the shelter. And she said, I would rather die than come back and have no family, which is incredibly common with the seniors we work with. They don't have anyone left but their pets. My mom is getting older. She's not a pet person, though, so this will not happen. But one of the things she says to me all the time is, I don't have any friends. You know, my friends are dying, my friends are dying. And so these pets become a really important part of the family. Fortunately, we were able to make an emergency placement that day. She went to the hospital. She had about 3 months of rehabilitative care after that. And then she was able to come home. And if you want to see the best video ever, go to our webpage, bestplace.org. Happens to be on the donate page, but that's not what I'm telling you to do. And look at the video of Carol and Lola reunite. Actually, may have it on here, but. So I just want to talk a little bit about these reasons, right? So housing, services, and pets. Now, there is an increasing trend to include pets in homeless services, homeless response systems that integrate human service and animal welfare models. This is something that we piloted a couple years ago, and we worked with a couple organizations. We worked with St. Vincent de Paul in one of their sober living facilities, and we worked with piloting an in-home support system. So think of kind of like a rover, a pet city, for somebody who maybe has a short-term procedure or something like that. So it is something we're piloting. We'll be continuing to look for grants, but again, it's not something we're going to do at a deep level without having the funding to support it. But 10 to 25% of unsheltered people have pets. So it's a fairly significant number. 50% have been denied shelter because of their pet. And that's not just something like, Everett Gospel Mission or something like that. That's also just being able to surf on someone's couch because they won't let the pet come with them. And 22% of unsheltered people avoid shelter because their pet's not allowed. So that is a barrier to seeking housing stability. So human health and pets. So we know there's overall positive impacts. Positive impact. How many people here have pets? How many people think that's a positive impact on their life? Right? Yeah. I had to, roll out of bed early this morning and I had a really, really snuggly cat and dog kind of all cuddled up with me. So 84% of pet owners report their pets have a positive impact on their mental health. So this was really interesting. So there was a study done by the University of Michigan in their hospital system. And 1/3 of people in one of their studies reported that pet care needs impacted the decision whether to stay or leave against medical advice. 1/3. It's a really high number. And this is another really interesting when we're talking with seniors. Pet ownership has been associated with slower cognitive decline. How many of you talk to your pets? I talk to my pets all the time. Yeah. Right? Totally. So older adults living alone, you bet they're talking to their pets. That's helping them, interacting, taking them for a walk, all those types of things. So domestic violence and pets. 71% of pet owners in domestic violence situation report that their abuser either threatened, injured, or killed their family. There's a significantly high correlation between domestic abuse and animal abuse. And up to 40% delay leaving, or they will remain in a violent relationship due to the threat their pets, due to the threat to their pets. Yeah, that's what it says. And lack of options. In the domestic violence shelters are getting better at that, but there is very little options even in this area for people fleeing domestic violence. One of the things we do is if people who are in domestic violence situations contact us ahead of time, we will work with them as part of their safety plan. So when they can't escape, we have a plan for the pet as well. And we have done that. So transitioning quickly to mobile outreach. So first of all, that van, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Hazel Miller Foundation, if you've heard of them, they primarily concentrate on South King County, but they donated the van to us. Here's the statistics for that. We do a lot of work out of this van, which is currently in the shop because we had some rats who did not apply to our foster boarding program do a little damage. So 4 locations, we talked about that. We would love to set up a location here. I see a food bank t-shirt over there. Do you work for the food bank, volunteer for the food bank? Okay. I'm always looking. I looked at you, I clocked you the second I walked in. Let's talk. Okay, hold on. So we had almost 1,400 visits to our mobile outreach van last year. We gave over 4,000 pounds of dry food and almost 6,000 cans of wet food and another close to 4,000 supply items. So those mostly tend to be leashes, but we also have things like food bowls, or sometimes we get dog beds or dog coats. This is almost fully stocked with donations. So that's another thing, donation drives, things like that. Every animal shelter around here at some point every few months is doing a desperate ask because their pantries are bare. So, so we do sometimes have to fund this a little bit out of our own funds, depending how low stocked we are. But a lot of this is done, most of this is done by donation. And so it's kind of what we have is what we're able to distribute. So we talked briefly about the pilot program, so I won't go too far here because I know we're a little bit behind, but we partnered with St. Vincent de Paul on the shelter and residential. So this is where we will help a shelter or residential facility build a program where they will be allowed, people will be allowed to keep their pet with them. This is the ideal situation. This went really well. This particular pilot went really well. It's more of a funding thing. And there's another organization that's nationwide that I think it's called My Dog Is My Home that we work with. And we'd like to do more of that work in this area as well. Let's put ourselves out of business, right? And then pet sitting, we did that as well. So we've piloted those in overtime grant funds. There was a big spike in them after COVID. They're down again as well. So that's just something that, you know, we'll keep an eye out for what grant funding there is. And if we get a really good, solid, you know, this has to be a bigger dollar grant, then we'll work more specifically, probably, you know, with St. Vincent de Paul again, hopefully, to build a kind of stronger, deeper program. And that is it. So any questions?
So thank you for what you're doing. How did you get started with this? What was your inspiration?
So I have an interesting kind of professional history. So I had a long finance career, so I had this really kind of business mind. And then I also got a master's in social work, so I kind of had this human services mind. And the business part of me saw I was doing all this work volunteering, and the business part of me saw this gap in the market. It just saw that there was an absolute gap for people who had pets. And it kind of coincided in that middle of the Venn diagram where I was a cat person, and my husband had been begging me for a dog for 10 years. Where I finally acquiesced with the dog seems back. And that kind of turned my life around. And so those 3 things came together. And I thought, well, I think I can figure out how to help solve that. So,
thank you for seeing that.
So I don't do day-to-day operations anymore. I'm on the board. I would like to work myself off the board. I really believe nonprofits are the communities. This is not my board. We have a board now. We'll also be a board.
So when you provide foster care, like how long does that last?
That's a great question. How long does foster care usually also always looking for fosters? Whenever I want to be a foster. So the average foster stay is about 75 days. So we do have fosters that only do emergency care, which is 30 days or less. And then we have fosters who do a little bit longer care, but on average it's about 75 days.
I worked in the department for a handful of years, and for sure, folks in or not in the pet, and I feel like the fire service probably has a hard time transporting those folks. Are you able to collaborate with the EMTs in the area and things like that?
Yeah, so we primarily work with Evergreen in Monroe on emergency. Part of it is the capacity, so it's not just financial resources, there's just not enough fosters, and not just for us, like, when COVID hit, most animal shelters went to a foster-based model and kind of primarily stayed with that as much as they can. It's just healthier for the pet. So, but, Everett doesn't have enough, Everett Animal Shelter doesn't have enough fosters, kind of your nonprofit rescues don't have enough fosters, and so we primarily work with Evergreen, but we've also taken from Providence, but we have to be careful because we just don't have, we have a capacity problem with how many fosters have to be replaced. Our long-term dream, of course, would be to have a facility, but of course, you're having multi-million dollars to be able to design a facility that would work. We would like a kind of not just a facility, but we would like more of a holistic wraparound. But yes, we do, and like I said, community research paramedic knows about us, many police departments know about us. But, the truth of the matter is we're almost always operating at with a waiting list, but that's why we started moving towards finding fosters to do emergency care only, so that we could take shorter term.
What if the foster, what about veterinary care? If animal or something obviously wrong?
So, two parts to that question. We cover the full cost of care of the pet while they're in our program. Now, most fosters will pay for food or kitty litter and stuff, but we do have what we call a barrier-free foster program. So if you can afford that, we will cover all of that. We always cover the full cost of veterinary care. We do have a pretty robust screening process for any pet we take care. So we screen you behaviorally. We're not going to take an aggressive animal. We also screen medically. We just can't. The second highest cost after staff is veterinary care. So we just cannot take a pet that is medically critical. Now, sometimes things happen that, you didn't know or you couldn't foresee. We had a very sad case once where the gentleman was going to jail. Shortly after getting the pet, we found a Cushing's disease. The dog died before the gentleman got out of jail. So, that one was perfect. So there are certainly times even in a screening, we can't talk with the pet. If you want to come into our program and your pet is not fitting your needs, you have to agree to stay with her, or they can't be in the program unless there's a medical reason. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
So if anybody was thinking about fostering, you can foster my dog. It doesn't have to be 75 days, it can be 60 days, no less though than 45. I will pay for your seats when the dog tears them up. I will pay for all food. And you may not want to come home. What's that? Is that under my plan? I said it's not. So that's why I wanted to pay for it myself. So I actually we went to Hoglands, they ordered the stuff to fix my seats. And it's gonna be $3,200. So if you drive a nicer car, that's the limit. It's only $32 I'll pay if my dog tears up your seats, but it can happen. Something else to note. If you pet a dog or a cat for up to 5 minutes, it relieves stress. So I charge $5 for you to come and pet my dog. But if you
donate it to us. Right?
Yes, but if you foster him, you get to do that for free. Y'all have a great. Oh wait, do you have our?
I do. Thought for the day, and this is from Eileen. I recently heard someone say, the amount of good things in your life depends on your ability to notice them. I can't see any other way now.
Yeah. Well, go out and notice all the good things, y'all. Happy Good Friday.
Yeah, I, right now, I'm doing a little bit of executive director stuff. Not really I supervise and do all that. And our whole thing is having all of our. Well, now we kind of have a board that is much more than. Members that are. Some of them non. Then, really. Another one later. There's just. But so we really. Just for me. And it's not like.
No, thank you so much. I love what you guys do. Listen. Also, if you ever have. So that's.